last week I spoke about how we transfer our beliefs to our children. And what I want to share in this session as a continuation from that is how to support you during this time of isolation, not specifically doing with beliefs, but to support you to deal with your children. So there's a few things to understand. And let's accept the facts. One of the facts is we're all closed indoors. And I want you to start becoming aware of your children's behavior and your behavior from being isolated. Like, what is this causing you emotionally? What is it causing you physically? What is it causing you mentally? I want you to become aware of this behavior, because this is now an indication of your mental and emotional feedback system telling you that the environment you're in is probably not ideal for you. Yeah, it'll point towards some interesting discoveries that we're made to be outside. We're made to be getting fresh air. We're made and designed to be connected with the earth. We're made and designed to be connected with nature. And if you'll observe yourself and your children, they will, specifically your children, they will start giving you feedback of being agitated, having full of energy, not knowing what to do. This is an indication that their nature is not ideal to be indoors. So what's the lesson here? The lesson is that we spend most of our times in our normal everyday life, outside of this isolation period, indoors. We're working indoors. We're watching television indoors. We're doing a lot of activities indoors, and we very rarely take the time to appreciate and connect with nature, and that makes us disconnected from our nature. So children are merely their disruptive behavior, their agitation, their anger, whatever they're expressing right now is very likely because they can't go out and be adventurous and be children and be what they're designed to do. So let this be a lesson and it's a lesson under extreme circumstances, teaching you that a child's nature is not supposed to be locked indoors behind the television or video games or on a desk or something like that. Their nature is to be outside, exploring, playing, getting dirty, breathing in fresh air, getting in touch with nature, climbing trees, doing those things. And we've resulted in getting our children indoors, watching television and iPads and all these things, getting in social media, all of that, but not really connecting outside. So I believe this is a nice mirror, a great lesson for us to understand that, okay, maybe some of the things we weren't doing in the past need to be changed. So I believe there's at least one thing coming positive out of the situation, and that is that we need to get outside more, all of us. So even though we can't do it now, at some point we need to start calling for an opportunity to step outside and be with our families in nature, be together in isolation, but outside in nature, not closed up indoors. So I believe this is quite an important thing that we need to start asking for from our governments, from the people. Otherwise, they're not going to do it. They're going to keep us locked inside because they think that's the safest way. But it's also great to find ways to get out into nature as a family unit, especially for the children. So that's what I wanted to share in this little broadcast. I hope it was valuable for you. It's a little bit of a different perspective, and also to support you if you're unable to go outside as often as possible, to teach your children that it's okay for them to have the emotions. Like, don't make it wrong. Don't make the whatever anger or disconnection or their agitation wrong. Don't blame them, because it's their nature to have that reaction if they are not allowed to be in their natural habitat, not allowed to express themselves, not allowed to do all those things. So, Yoram, thank you so much. Good to see you. So yeah, let your children know that it's okay to have those emotions, and within them acknowledging those emotions, find ways in your isolation to connect with them, to get creative, to do creative things, not just be stuck behind a television or a video screen or doing homework. Get creative stimulation, mental stimulation, deep conversations, connected conversations. Get real with each other. That's a real powerful